Now, the search landscape is drastically changing. It's changed within the last 4 years. I mean, even social media is just taking off right now. How do marketers plan and prepare for what's to come in search?
I would say that let's say the SEO that we've seen over the last 3-4 years didn't change much. It is, I would say, SEO as usual.
Okay.
It's always getting good quality links from websites that are ranking well on Google for the specific terms you're trying to get. And I think this is going to continue to go, let's say, the same route over the next few years. Like, it's going to become more universal. You'll get much more different kind of results. So you'll have to develop rich media content on your site to be able to appear in news and to be able to appear in videos or images. Or because Google, sometimes out of 10 results, you'll get 5 or 6 that are not even text-based results. They're videos,
yes,
news, pictures, and stuff like that. So I think that part is progressing that way. But I don't see much changes for let's say the search engine landscape.
Okay.
For social media, like 2 years ago when we started doing social media, you could get the homepage of Dig with 40 votes, and it was going to bring you 50,000 visitors, a few hundred links, and that was really, really easy, honestly. A year ago, you needed 100, 125 votes to make the homepage, and it became a little bit more difficult if you were doing it, let's say, with a real human. And over the last, let's say, 3 months, with the new algorithm that went out, the recommendation engine from Dig, it can take you 200, 250, 300 votes to reach the homepage. So if you just do a quick math and you do it legally, legitimately, by sending and asking votes from friends, that means that if someone works 12 hours straight, you will have to get a vote every 2 minutes. So that is becoming extremely challenging. So as an example, we have people announce that will spend 12 hours straight to get those 250 votes, but might get the story buried, might not get any kind of exposure after that. So sometimes it can become difficult with clients to justify such investment. So that's why you have to plan it really carefully. For me, the direct ROI you will find in social has yet to be defined and yet to be, let's say, monetized. There's little holes, little opportunities here and there. You can buy advertising on a social site and bring it to your page, build some sort of a community, but it's still something that is really at its early stages, and there's really, really big opportunities, but also big threats, I would say, to getting into that. Because if you get into it and then it starts working well, and then let's say Dig decides to change something like it did 3 months ago, what do you do? Like, if it was the main way you were generating links, now you have a hard time making the homepage, what's going to happen? And we all know that Dig's trying to get sold to a mass media company, and that for sure they will encourage a lot of the mass media let's say websites to reach the homepage. And in the study we're going to present this afternoon, we can see that more than 92-93% of all stories that make the homepage are stuff from CNN or all kind of big sites that I would consider trusted sites. Sure. And that becomes really, really thin what you can do with, let's say, really, really creative content, but not on a major brand. So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
And just to clarify, Guillaume is speaking on social media, the big sexy buzz, correctly, is the title of the panel. So I know you're really big into, you're on SEO Moz a lot, the site. You also have your own blog, which, what is the...
It's like Go SEO, but in French, so Go Référencement. Référencement is the French translation for SEO.
And I tried to go there to learn something, but I don't know French, so I don't know. Unless you know French, you probably can't get a lot from it. But what are some of the other places that you go for up-to-date information resources? Maybe what's in your feed?
I think it's important to understand all parts of the algorithm. So sites like SEO Black Hat can give you interesting information. Okay. SEO by the Sea is an interesting blog. Ton Malicote has something called Ton Double that's pretty interesting too. I say on the other side, I think that a lot of the really, really, really important information can be discussed more at conferences like PubCon. So I have a lot of friends here that I'm meeting, and the knowledge I get usually out of those friends with real experiences and let's say real business case explained to me, that is worth more than almost anything I can read on blogs. So like there's both, like the blogs are going to give you what's new, what's happening, and let's say the discussions with the people are going to bring you really the experience and the knowledge that you really need to deal with, let's say, super specific cases. So I think the SEO community has to be really tight together to be able to exchange that kind of information, because we're all working for different clients anyway. So cooperation in SEO is something that should go much beyond what it is right now. In a certain way, we are on the wrong side of the let's say of the table. Google has the back end. He sees everything. He sees everything we do. We are teaching the machine to become smarter and smarter. So in a certain way, we're the lobbyist of search marketing. So we really need to let's say get along more, so we're able to try to come up with an understanding that's going to be comparable to what Google has on its side. And even if we do get to that level, Google can still change everything. So it's like, for me, it's a virus and antivirus kind of thing. It's never going to end. There's always going to be holes in the system. But to me, over the last years, the holes are becoming thinner and thinner, and it's going to be difficult over the next few years to really make a big difference on the search engine. I think we still can, and I don't think the next 3, 4, 5 years are going to be that bad. But there's some other things to go. So social media is a good path to go, because it is engaging conversations with people. So that is not going to go away. Google is not going to penalize you for engaging conversation, but it could penalize you if you're trying to play too much with the system. So that's where I think social has some potential, a little bit like offline with the street marketing or word of mouth. And this is more what we're trying to accomplish with the bloggers, with the big community sites or the news sites, to get visibility where we wouldn't have gotten if we didn't go with those platforms.
Otherwise, I guess you probably feel like a hamster, like running in one of those wheels,
yeah.
sort of running, and
I'm not alone. I have 20 people back in Montreal doing the same thing. So
excellent.
Yeah, so that's a challenge though. So it's really interesting. But for me, social got a big spike. Now it got down a little bit because there was a lot of correction for spam. Now it's probably going to go back up, but with another version of what we call social. Before it was just making the front page of Dig. Maybe in the near future it will be to engage in micro communities and 2.0 websites that have something to do with what you're selling, and trying to get real participation and to bring and add real value to those websites, and then benefit from the return on investment. I think that's a lot of the future for social.
Excellent. Now, you were telling me right before we started our interview that this is your first time in Vegas.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
So what are your plans? What's the one thing you have to do before you leave Vegas?
I came with my publicist and my PR person, Anne, and she told me that I had to visit all the small version of the wonders. So we're supposed to go on there's a place with the Venice canals that we can go, and
yes.
She told me also about the small Eiffel Tower. There's a couple of the big casinos that I've seen in movies, like the movie Casino. So those things I really want to try to go around. I'm staying at the Treasure Island, but I'd like to see the Mirage and a couple of those big places.
Well,
and I'm from Montreal, and I was born in Quebec City. So you have 3 or 4 shows of the Cirque du Soleil here. And I was like, when I was 5 years old, I was going at the first shows of the Cirque du Soleil. They were based in Quebec City. So I saw like Allegria 15, 20 years ago. So it's funny to see like how it exploded, and it's going to go in the United, in Dubai, they're going to have a big show there as well. So it's cool to see like the expansion.
Another reason to get to Dubai, huh?
Yeah, exactly. We should probably host PubCon and one day in Dubai create a Dubai version.
Exactly. Yeah. All right, Guillaume, well, it's been a pleasure speaking with you. Thank you for taking the time, and enjoy your stay in Vegas, and enjoy PubCon.
Thanks.
All right.
See ya.
Bye.